Hi, everybody. Happy Friday. I am back live with Authority Marketing Live, and I am so excited to be here because I have a very special guest who I will bring on in a moment. If this is your first time joining us, I'm Melanie Hirschhorn. I am a book marketing strategist, and I like to say that I bridge the gap between publishing and publicity because I help authors create their online presence so that people can find them, know who they are, what they're all about, and they can become a thought leader, which that's what subject matter experts want to do. So what is super special about today is that I have another book marketing specialist joining me. And so we're going to probably geek out a little bit, but it'll be really worth your while to stay tuned. So I'm going to bring on Susan Friedman of Aviva Pubs. There she is. Hello.
Hi, Melanie. So good to be here.
Thank you so much for joining. And we were joking around about my tank top earlier, looking like I'm not wearing clothes, but rest assured, I am fully clothed today. And you're in your bright pink to liven it
so that you can actually see me. I don't fade away because I'm so pale.
I understand. I was recently on vacation in Bora Bora, and I came back, and a client looks at me and he says, "No offense, but did you go outside the entire time you were there?" And I said, "Yes, I'm tanned." But anyway, I digress. So today, you're an author marketing mentor. I love how you call yourself that. I say book marketing strategist. Our mission is to help authors really step into their, what they were meant to do, to spread their mission. So why don't you tell us kind of who your favorite authors to work with are?
Oh, I love authors, nonfiction authors. We work primarily with nonfiction authors and authors who are serious about marketing their book, marketing their message, marketing themselves. Because as far as I'm concerned, it's not necessarily about the book, but rather about who they are and their message and their mission, as you mentioned earlier, in the marketplace with their own niche market. How can they be that recognized expert in their niche market? So yes, that's what I love.
Exactly. So, you have had a storied career. Do you want to tell us some of the things that you've done and how you got to this point?
Yes, a lot has happened. A lot of water has flown under my bridge, that's for sure. I started life in the trade show industry, and I only by accident got myself into that. Before that, I had to be laid off from PR and marketing 3 times before I got the message that said, "Susan, you need to go out on your own."
The universe is just kicking you in the butt a little bit.
Just a little bit. The first time I didn't get the message. The second time, by the third time, I'm like, enough already. I hear you. Right. So yes, so I started life doing trade show training, actually. And I made myself known in my niche market by writing a book. Very exciting book, Melanie. Exhibiting at trade shows.
Yes.
2 techniques for success. Now, don't all rush out and buy a copy.
But I'll tell you, that's exactly what people need. I was recently with a client at a trade show, and if I hadn't already been to them many times, I would have read that book for sure if I didn't know what to expect.
Well, and for the right person, it was the right book, or it is. And I actually sold 500,000 copies of that book to one company. So it can be done. It can be done. But people always ask me, well, what's the secret? How did you do that? How did you do that? And as far as I'm concerned, it's all about a niche market. It's penetrating a niche market, finding the audience who needs what you have to offer, and then, hey, saying, here, this is what I've got.
Right. And I love that you said that, because a lot of times, and I'm sure you experience this too, an author will say, well, my book's for everyone. And my favorite story is before I niched down and started working with authors specifically, I had a Facebook group, and I would offer things to people, freebies and such. And I would say to somebody that had just joined the group, so who's your target audience? They'd say, well, I sell skincare, so everyone with skin. And I'm like, no, 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 no. That is not who your target market is. And it's the same thing.
Yeah.
You talk about niching down. So
Yeah,
who
very much so. Because I mean, if you're trying to sell to everyone, you're selling to no one.
exactly.
And yes, and how did I start Aviva Publishing? It was because I was in such a niche market, publishers weren't interested. So yes, my first book, The Exhibiting at Trade Shows, was actually published by a traditional publisher. But I had to, they also turned me down 3 times before they said, well, maybe there's something in this. And I'm like, this is a multi-billion-dollar industry you're dealing with here. And I started to publish my own work. I never had any inclination to publish other people's work, but along the way, book coaches came to me and said, would you like to publish, my book and my author's books? And I'm like, I don't see why not. And so 30 years later and 500 titles later, we're still going strong, and I love it. I love the authors who I work with. Some of them have been successful. Those are the ones who are serious about this. Other ones, they've barely sold a few copies because they think all they have to do is post it on Amazon and sit back and wait for, orders to come pouring in. And as well as I, that ain't gonna happen.
Not in this day and age. Maybe, when Amazon had just begun and there were only a few books on it, sure. But now, I mean,
Competition is tough.
it is.
Very tough. Yes.
But you'll speak to this too, that when you build a community of people that are really caring about what you have to say, they're going to support you and they're going to buy your book. And they're going to be excited to tell everybody to read it too.
Yeah, yeah, very much so. And, even if you have, let's say, a book on sales or a book on leadership, there are umpteen books in those on those topic areas. However, if you hone it down into that niche market and you've got sales expertise for small printers, which is what one of my authors did, he's got a market. Yeah. I mean, it's not necessarily one that you and I might be rushing into, but for him, that was his background. That's where he's selling. I've got another author. She wrote health literacy, and it's for the nursing community. Every nursing program in the country and now in Australia is buying her book.
Amazing.
And it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. So yes, I mean, it can be done. And, both you and I know the skills to be able to guide authors through it. I don't do it for them. I guide them.
Yes. And I love that you said that, because there are often people coming to probably you, definitely to me, when they say, well, can't you just do it for me? And I say, these are skills that you are going to have for a lifetime. And no matter how many books you publish. And I love that Lisa David Olson commented on Facebook. Hi, Lisa. Thank you. She says, alongside the book, speaking pairs well, too. And she is a
yes.
TEDx speaker and a humorist and and an author and all the things. So, yes.
Absolutely.
But when you really, I'm just trying to get back to my other train of thought. Sorry. It's been a long week. I don't know what time zone I'm on anymore. But we were talking about growing your audience, and here, refresh my memory where we were at that exact moment, because you had talked about the nursing community and
finding that niche market. And once pick up on what Lisa's saying there is that you're not going to make money on the book necessarily. Right. However, speaking, training, coaching, online courses, these are all great money makers. And you can take your book. It's not about your book. It's about your message. It's about you and you delivering that message. And when you do that, and when you do that effectively to the right people who need what you have to offer, hey, magic happens.
Exactly. And I recalled now in my feeble mind what it was I had just been saying, which was that people want you to do it for them. But the truth is they need to be able to do it themselves.
Yes.
And just as you said, It's that magic. I can't be magical on behalf of a client.
You don't have the passion or the energy to get into what they're trying to convey when it's come from their heart when they wrote this book. They birthed this baby. You didn't birth this baby, they did. However, they're thinking now, I'm going to put this out to an orphanage, to somebody else to raise this child. No, 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 no. You've got to raise your own child. This is your baby. You want to love this child. And the more you love it, the more other people will love it too, because your passion exudes out there in the marketplace, and that is contagious.
And that is absolutely true. And I use that analogy as well. We are so aligned. I love it.
Somebody listened to you and they said, I think your words are coming out of Melanie's mouth.
That's so funny. Well,
Isn't it?
we were just meant to be. And I think it's also another way, another thing to mention is that we work with the same people, but we still support each other.
Yeah, why not? Why not? I mean, you've got your brilliance, I've got mine, and we attract different people. I mean, you can't work with all of them and I can't work with all of them. So we share the pie.
Yeah.
And there are other people like us out there in the marketplace. Of course, they're not as good as you or I, but
No.
that's another story.
Yes. It's just the two of us.
Yeah.
I wish I had that song cued because I would play it. And I won't sing. Yeah, and that's so, lift as we rise, share and basically share the wealth, spread the wealth.
Share the wealth. That's actually how the National Speakers Association, which I'm very involved with, started. Cavett Robert, who was the founder of National Speakers Association, he talked about this. It's like making the pie bigger, not trying to sort of take away from other people. It's like, let's expand the pie because there's enough business for everyone out there.
Absolutely, there is. Because I would say the majority of authors need help marketing themselves.
Oh, you bet they do.
Maybe 100%, actually.
Yes. I mean, the excuses that I get, well, I can't market my book. I don't have the time. I don't have the knowledge. I'm like, you make it. We make time for other things. If you're really passionate, you found time to write the book.
Exactly.
Find time to market it. People think they've written the book and that's the end of the journey. It's only the beginning. That's a hard pill to swallow, but the work has only just begun.
Just begun. It's true. I love that you say that because I say that all the time.
Yes, I told you.
I feel like we're meant to be. So this is what. So before I forget, because that would be terrible. This is how you can check out all the amazingness that Susan has to offer. It's avivapubs.com. But if you want to reach Susan directly and get a 20-minute brainstorm with this beautiful brain, you want to go here, brainstormwithsusan.com, which is a great website.
Isn't it
great? No one else had it. Yeah. The domain was yours.
Well, you know what? It links directly to my schedule. So, book a 20-minute session with me, complimentary. I'm not going to sell you anything unless you want to buy anything. Just let's experience what it is that you can do with your book. And I guarantee that people will walk away with at least 3 ideas that they can use to market their book. With or without me. And actually, I prefer it in some ways that it's without me because, like you said, we're teaching them how to fish so that they can, eat for a lifetime and not just for one meal.
Yeah. And, and I love that you say that because I have recently had a couple of meetings where people came on, they said, okay, well, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, and I'm doing this. So do I need your help? And I say to them, no, you got this. You don't need my help. You're already doing it. And that, yes, I don't get to work with them, but I get to know that they're doing the thing that is still within my mission, which is sharing their message with the world. And that makes me so happy.
Yes. I mean, that gives me satisfaction if I see that people are putting their message out there in the world, to the universe. I mean, yes. I mean, it's exciting because, there are people with such powerful messages. And yes, is it for everyone? Maybe, but it's just impossible to market to everyone. I mean, not even the global giants of this world, the Procter and Gambles, even try and market to everyone. So why does little author, with one book think, oh, my message is for everyone?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. So I'm going to wrap this up because we're already at, 15 and a half minutes because we could just keep talking all day.
I know.
But I hope our audience got a lot of great things out of this because if anything, you just need that support and that advocacy to know that you can really do this. So,
Yeah.
Susan, thank you so much
Thank you,
for being
Melanie.
here today.
So good to be here.
Thank you. And everybody, you can grab a call with Susan. I'm going to put that up there again one more time. Brainstormwithsusan.com. That's how you can get to talk with her. If you want to talk with me, you can go here, contentstrategycall.com. And whichever one of us you pick, both of us, it's all good. You are going to get what you need, which is to market and advocate for yourself, for your book and your brand. So again, Susan, thank you for being here. And thank you everyone for watching. Have a great day.